Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to be reacting to a live version of the Bright Eyes song Road to Joy on a late night talk show. I'm doing this because no one requested this. I really like this band, and they were coming to Atlanta. I think they did come to Atlanta. But a few days before or like a week before they came out here, they went live, and Connor just like left the stage after two songs. And on their Reddit page, fans have been saying that they've seemed off like the entire tour. Also, my parents were busy that night, so there was no way I was going to be able to go to it. But I wanted to watch a live video of one of my favorite songs by them. I like a lot of songs by them. I love this band. There's like 4 or 5 albums that I listen to all the way through fairly regularly. Fevers and Mirrors is amazing. But yeah, this is early days for them. I've never seen this video before, but it has like 7 million views, so I'm assuming it's going to be cool. Thank you very much for joining me. If you've never heard of Bright Eyes, I would highly recommend listening to like I'm Wide Awake and It's Morning. That's an amazing album. The whole album's great. Very distinct style. It's like a mix between emo music and singer-songwriter music. Connor Oberst is a genius, a boy genius, in fact. And yeah, let's get into this. Thank you very much for joining me. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Let's see how they do.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Rolling Stone once called our next guest Rock's boy genius because he has been making records since he was 13. He has 2 new CDs on the charts now, and he's performing the song Road to Joy. Please welcome Connor Oberst and Bright Eyes.
Wish it was a little louder, but whatever.
The sun came up with no conclusions. Flowers sleeping in their beds. The city cemetery's humming. I'm wide awake, it's morning. And I have my drugs, I have my woman to keep away my loneliness. My parents, they have their religion, but sleep in separate houses. And I read the body count out of the paper. Now it's written all over my face. No one ever plans to sleep out in the gutter. Sometimes that's just the most comfortable place. So I've been drinking, breathing, writing, singing. Every day I'm on the clock. My mind races with all my longings, but can't keep up with what I got. So I hope this don't sound too ungrateful. What history gave modern men telephones to talk to strangers, machine guns and a camera lens. So when you're asked to fight a war that's over nothing, it's best to join the side that's gonna win. And no one knows how all of this got started, but we're gonna make them damn certain how it's gonna end. Oh yeah, we will. Oh yeah, we will.
This band is so cool, man. Wow.
Well, I could have been a famous singer if I had someone else's voice, but failures always sounded better. Let's boys make some
Such a manic song, wow. Jesus. Wow. That's freaking epic, man. In the song, it goes, "Let's fuck it up, boys. Make some noise." But I don't remember it really doing that in the studio version of the song. That's really cool. And wow, there's so many people in the band. If I'm not mistaken, Bright Eyes is like 3 guys, where Oberst kind of writes everything, and then he has a keyboard player and either a bassist or like another guitar player, and then he collaborates with a bunch of people from the music scene in his state, and that's like Bright Eyes has gone through a ton of different incarnations with just I think 3 guys being the main. I think I might be wrong. There's another 3 minutes of this video. Oh, there's an interview. Okay.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. I'm here with Connor from Bright Eyes, or Bright Eyes from Connor. Why do you use the Bright Eyes thing?
Well,
you've got nice bright eyes.
Yeah. Well, it's a band. I mean, my it's a band name.
But it's really just you manipulating it, isn't it? Like an evil genius.
No, my friend Mike Mogus, he's the other person in the band.
He's all right. Yeah. So it really is a regular band. All right. Well, I'm very sorry.
No.
I thought. And I tell you, I enjoy seeing the kids smashing up the trumpets and the guitars and everything. Is everybody okay?
Everyone's fine, I think.
Are you okay for cash? Because some of these things are...
Is he high? Just wondering. He looked a little, yeah, during the performance, but now in this too. Yeah.
Very expensive.
Yeah,
I could be wrong,
that was
though.
an extremely expensive guitar I smashed.
You rock, my friend. Well done. You rock. And that's official. How about the... See, I love your work, and I'm reading that they're comparing you. You're saying the new Bob Dylan and all that. How does that stuff kind of get to you? Do you like that? Do you not like it?
Oh, I mean,
it's big trousers to step into, isn't it?
There's certainly worse things to be called. But
yeah. When I started, they called me the new Bob Dylan as well.
No, I don't really see that. I don't see it myself personally, but I
think
like his
there's
music,
influence from there. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
What else? Woody Guthrie, that kind of thing?
Yeah, absolutely.
What else?
Townes Van Zandt, Leonard Cohen, Simon Joyner.
I like Leonard Cohen. I enjoy Leonard Cohen, although he's a bit sad.
Yeah.
He's a bit sad. Now, listen, you've been recording since you were 13, right? Is that right?
Yep.
13?
Yes.
What does a 13-year-old write songs about? I hate school and all that. You know, I have strange stirrings in my pants. Is that it?
Yeah, kind of same things, really.
Really? You just write about what's going on in your life?
Yeah.
Listen, you're a fantastic musician, and I really love the band, Bright Eyes, that you're a part of. And thanks for coming on our show. Thank you. Connor, almost everybody.
He's so freaking young. Wow. He's so young. Wow. Holy cow. All right. Yeah. All right, let's see some of the comments. I have my drugs, have my woman, they keep away my loneliness. My parents, they have their religion, but sleep in separate houses. One of the best lines ever. This is the greatest, most powerful television performance I've ever seen. Tobey Maguire is killing it. You go, Spider-Man. This performance gives me chills. Yep, yep, yep. The sloppiness of everything makes it even more rock and roll. It's raw. It's not molded into something it's not. This is what I love about this community in like the indie and the experimental and the stuff like this. It's so cool that people, or that there are people who understand the intention behind it. I love how he sounds the same when he sings live and on a record. I think this is one of the videos I used to watch before going to my internship in 11th grade. I always got up early so I would have an extra hour in the morning to watch all my favorite Bright Eyes videos before going to work. Being an adult with a 9 to 5 seemed so scary back then. Now I know it is scary. Great. I was here at the filming with my best friend. The MC that warmed up the crowd had kind of embarrassed my friend earlier in the evening and felt bad, so he gave him a piece of Connor's destroyed guitar, one of my favorite memories. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, I could have been a famous singer if I had someone else's voice, but failures always sounded better, so let's screw it up, boys. Make some noise. One of my favorite lines in any song ever is that right there. So, this is the last song on the album I'm Wide Awake It's Morning, which is an absolutely phenomenal record, you know? I know for some people his voice is a hit or miss, but if you can get past that, this record is, in my opinion, a must listen. It's probably the most accessible in their catalog, one of the most dynamic, one of the least edgy. Like, he has a lot of very more aggressive records, where this one's more acoustic. Anyway, as the title suggests, the music for this track is completely based on Beethoven's Ode to Joy. The lyrics match the themes of the rest of the album, his personal perspective on the injustices of the universe. The sun came up with no conclusion, flowers sleeping in their beds, the city's cemeteries humming, I'm wide awake, it's morning. The introductory line puts in a juxtaposition of an image of sunrise with the notion of conclusive resolution. This is more appropriate than it first might seem. The first line of the last song on the album, I'm Wide Awake It's Morning, undermines the notion of a neat conclusion. The second line seems to express the fairly typical poetical observation that the natural world doesn't have to cope with the pain of consciousness. The flowers are asleep while the speaker is wide awake, aware that sunrise brought no conclusions. If these flowers are growing in or near a graveyard, they are also suggestive of the natural world's indifference or ignorance of death. It seems to be awareness of death, the humming of the graveyard that can't be ignored, that makes the speaker wide awake. If death is on your mind, you make a point not to waste your time. Also note the possible pun on morning and morning. I have my drugs, I have my woman, they keep away my loneliness. My parents, they have their religion, but sleep in separate houses. That line very much just speaks for itself. I read the body count out of the paper, and now it's written all over my face. No one ever plans to sleep out in the gutter. Sometimes that's just the most comfortable place. During this period of time, you would see lists of soldiers who had died in Iraq and Afghanistan in most of the U.S. newspapers. It's hard to see constant bad news like that when you're reading the paper in the morning and then put on a happy face for the rest of the day. So I'm drinking, breathing, writing, singing. Every day I'm on the clock. My mind races with all my longings, but I can't keep up with what I've got. The narrator sequences a series of daily activities that puts them in a commonplace perspective, when in actuality, writing multiple albums in a year and traveling all over the world is a rather remarkable way to live. The activities of drinking, breathing, writing, and singing are frequently found in Connor's work, and are activities he indeed prescribes to often, even daily. This supports the idea that the narrator of the song is Connor himself, whereas if a gravedigger were the speaker, he would likely have put digging as an activity. All right. The line is similar in song structure and content to the one in the big picture. So I'll be holding my note and stomping and strumming and feeling so very lucky, and there is nothing I know except a lifetime's one moment, and wishing will just leave you empty. Connor's got his head in the clouds, always thinking about the things he wants, but can't even keep up with everything he has on his plate. His longings are nothing but distractions, like in I Believe in Symmetry, the levity of longing that distills each dream inside my head. By morning watered down forget, on silver stars I wish and wish and wish and wish. Alternatively, the singer is unable to keep up with the dead bodies rolling in and must forsake his longings in order to keep up with business. I hope I don't sound too ungrateful. What history gave modern man? A telephone to talk to strangers, machine guns, and a camera lens. He's being sarcastic and cynical about the advancements of the human race. He's tired of being told that he's living in the greatest time to be alive, and feels disconnected from society as a whole. Humans suffered and survived throughout history, only to have superficial means of expressing themselves while evolving the ways that we can kill each other. So when you're asked to fight a war that's over nothing, it's best to join the side that's gonna win. And no one's sure how this got started, but we're gonna make them goddamn certain how it's gonna end. Oh, yes, we will. Yes, we will. This can be taken two different ways. Connor is sarcastically speaking in a cynical tone on behalf of the warmongers, imitating their rhetoric. He could be speaking on behalf of the counterculture movement, encouraging them to exercise their influence to stop the war. Bright Eyes Oberst, a vocal opponent of President George W. Bush's policies, mocks the bravado and nationalism he saw leading up to and throughout the Iraq War. And then my favorite line, well, I could have been a famous singer if I had someone else's voice, but failures always sounded better. Let's fuck it up, boys. Make some noise. He has been widely criticized for his very wild vocals, which are constantly changing. When Mr. Oberst lacks in formal vocal training, he makes up for in passion and well-placed words. Even at the young age of 13, he was yelling with enthusiasm. He has definitely tightened control on his voice in the last decade in songs like Corinna, yeah. Yeah, make some noise, dissonant playing of notes with great exuberance, chaos of life equals the road to joy entwined. Dissonance sounds great, yeah. I love his voice, you know. It's very inspiring. Same with like Bob Dylan, you know. And yeah, people love to talk about the voice or how perfect something is when they want to criticize something. But, you know, at the end of the day, the passion is what's kind of the most important. There's a reason that there are lots of pop artists that will probably fade with time. There are lots of people who can hit every note perfectly that will also probably fade with time. And Daniel Johnston will remain remembered by lots of people for who knows how long, but it's already been a while. And his fan base is very, very, very loyal, almost to like a cult-like degree. Anyway, most of the verses in the song perfectly coincide with the rhythm pattern of Ode to Joy. The sun came up with no conclusion, flowers sleeping in their beds. The city cemetery is humming, I'm wide awake, it's morning. And he concludes with the same verse he started with, and that's Road to Joy. Amazing album, amazing song, very cool live version. It's cool that they let him do the whole song. It's kind of long for like a late night show. And yeah, thank you very much for joining me. I love this song. I love this band. Wish I could have seen them live, but it was impossible on multiple levels. Oh well. And I hope one day I can perform shows that resonate with people in the same way watching this resonates with me. So, all right. That's all I want to say. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more videos. And if you want to support me, I have original music that I've released. I have 2 albums. One is called Mania Machinations, and the other is called Paper Skies. They're under my name, Daniel Profeta. They're both on YouTube and Bandcamp. You can find them and listen to the whole thing for free here on YouTube. And yeah, I'd really, really appreciate it if you did check it out. Again, it's Paper Skies or Mania Machinations. Paper Skies is probably easier to get into, maybe. I'm really proud of them both. And yeah, I hope you like it if you check it out. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.